There are many different species of animals, from lions to tigers to bears, and they are characterized by 10 major groups, or phyla. These are based on different characteristics by the animals. Phylum 1. Porifera. Porifera are sponges. There are over 5,000 species of sponges of all shapes and sizes. They have neither brains nor digestive systems, and they use filter feeding to eat. Sponges have sessile young, which means that they are immobile. They are also neither protostome nor deuterostome, which means that they have neither heads nor anuses. So I'm guessing that your friendly cartoon character friend SpongeBob isn't so biologically accurate. Phylum 2. Cnidaria. Cnidaria is a very large phylum which includes corals, anemones, and jellyfish, and this composes over 11,000 species. They are characterized by millions of stinging cells called nematocysts, which have neurotoxins that stun and kill prey by interfering with nervous systems. However, these don't have brains. They are characterized by radial symmetry, which means that however you cut a jellyfish, it'll always be symmetrical. Just like sponges, they are neither protostome nor deuterostome and give off sessile. During embryonic development, they are diploblastic, which means that they have 2 cell layers. Phylum 3. Platyhelminthes. That is a mouthful. Platyhelminthes are funny looking guys. It includes over 25,000 species, including flatworms and a major group of parasitic worms that include tapeworms. You don't want these in your body because they literally just suck your blood. They are acoelomate, which means that they have digestive systems. Although they can break down food, they only have one opening and no anus. This means that they get to taste what they eat a second time. It's not fun. They also have cephalization, which means that they're the first organisms that have brains and nervous systems. They are also protostomes, which means that the head develops first during development. They are also unique because they have bilateral symmetry, which means that they could be cut down the middle and symmetrical. They are triploblastic, which means that they have 3 cell layers during embryonic development. Phylum 4. Rotifers. Rotifers are one of 2 types of roundworms. They have over 2,200 species of worm. They are characterized by a crown of cilia at the front of their bodies. Cilia are hair-like projections which are actually organelles, and they are used for locomotion for organisms. Rotifers are pseudocoelomate, which means that they have 2 openings on their bodies, but a false body cavity, and there is no mesodermal lining along the organs. The second group of roundworms is in Phylum 5, nematodes. Nematodes are the second type of roundworms, and have over 80,000 species of worm, of which 15,000 species are parasitic. They differ from their rotifer cousins by their keratin cuticles, which are made up of the same material as our hairs and nails. This can be better seen with a round cross section. Just like their rotifer cousins, they have bilateral symmetry, motile young, which can move, and they are pseudocoelomate as well. Phylum 6. Annelids. Annelids are also known as segmented worms, and they live on land. Annelids compose up to 15,000 species of worm, which include the famous earthworm. They are characterized by having round circular segments along their bodies. These animals are coelomate, unlike other worms, which means that they have an enclosed body cavity, and they have mesodermal lining along their internal organs. Phylum 7. Mollusca. Mollusks are a very diverse phylum that include 3 major classes. There are gastropods, which are land mollusks that include snails, cephalopods that include octopi, squid, and cuttlefish, and bivalves, which include shell mollusks such as clams and oysters. This phylum makes up over 150,000 species, and are characterized by a large muscular foot on the bottom of the animal. Cephalopods have adapted tentacles which help them move better, and not as slowly as snails. Marine mollusks have tentacles and shells, while land mollusks have shells only. They have bilateral symmetry, are coelomate, and have motile young. Our friend Squidward really wants you to learn this. Phylum 8. Arthropoda. Arthropods are a very large group which includes insects, which have 6 legs, arachnids, which have 8 legs, and crustaceans, which have shells. They make up over 3.7 million species, and this makes them the most diverse phylum in the whole animal kingdom. They are characterized by a very tough exoskeleton made of chitin, which is the same material that make up fungi. This is why you hear a crunch when you squish a cockroach. Just like all these other animals, they are bilateral symmetry, are coelomate, have cephalization, and have motile young. Unlike Mr. Krabs, these arthropods don't pinch pennies, they pinch you, so it's better to stay away from them.
Money, money, money.
Phylum 9. Echinodermata. Echinoderms are very diverse and include sea stars, sea urchins, and the very cute sea cucumber. This phylum makes up over 17,000 species. Besides cnidarians, echinoderms are the only other animal phylum which has radial symmetry. There are also one of 2 phyla that are deuterostome, which means that the anus develops before the head during embryonization. And yes, just like Patrick, echinoderms are characterized to be quite, not so smart in the head. Oh, finally we got to the end. I know you want to stand. Phylum 10. Chordata. They are a very unique bunch which include fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals, which include you and I. These make up over 100,000 species. Chordates are also known as vertebrates because they are characterized by a long, hollow spinal cord which runs through their bodies. Chordate spinal cords are also known as notochords and are formed during development in the womb. They have bilateral symmetry and are the second phylum that are deuterostome. The spinal cord allows for balance, growth, and complex body systems, which include organs such as large brains and nervous systems, kidneys and excretory systems, and cardiovascular and respiratory systems, which include the heart and the lungs. Hopefully, you're a human with all these functioning organs, which allow you to watch this beautiful presentation.